Alright, so we live, we inside. Let me just share the link with some groups here. You see how long we can go today. At least 3 hours. Normally the classes be like half an hour. Yeah, normally we just take half an hour, but today we're gonna do a lot. Today look like a good day to do a long session. So after you finish today, the first 10 questions in your maths exam, the first 10 questions out of 60, you should be able to kill it. All ones, no twos. All ones, no twos. That sounds like a big line there, boy. All ones, no twos. Alright, so let me try to get some answers there. Start to pelt out some answers on me there. For number 1, you all seeing Y's in the chat? Now you get some Y's in the chat. Don't forget your lessons fee. The lessons fee is you have to pay by pressing the like button. So you just need to X out your live chat. I'm just warming up my pen here because we're going to be doing lots of work. You X out the live chat and come on, boy. You X out the live chat and you press like and then you close back. You bring back up the live chat so you could be inside the vibes. Everybody seen that first question? Sadia already said D. Sadia already said D. So the number 30.25 correct to 3 significant figures is what? So what is significant figures? Significant figures. So you can take out your book and you can make a little notes too to prepare yourself now. Significant figures. When we speak in significant figures, what we speaking about, right? What background is look the best, right? I always switching between these backgrounds. I'm looking kind of obtrusive. Obtrusive. All kind of unnecessary thing I'm doing right now. But we're waiting for people to touch down too. Live working good, everything running smooth. So the answer people said is B. That's correct. 1, 2, 3 significant figures. That yellow looking kind of. We take one more try. What you have inside there for me? Yeah, this looking alright. This looking a little notes-ish. Again, a notes vibes with this. So significant figures. You want to, like, if you say you want to count how much, you're counting from the left, because the analogy I use for this is like if you have money in the bank. Money in the bank. Why isn't the chat if you have money in the bank? If you have money in the bank. So if you have some money in the bank, right? Bank. This will help you if you struggle with significant figures. And you have, like you see, 3642130. How much money is this? 3,600,400. Alright. I want to make this into a 9. $3,649,130. Right? This is how much you have in the bank. Why is in the chat if you got more than that in the bank? I don't know. We could have some loaded people here. So yeah, you have this amount of money in the bank. Which figure is the most significant to you? If the bank call and say all the figures erase except one, but again to keep the value, which figure is the most significant to you? Not the 9, even though the 9 is the highest digit by itself. The most significant is that, right? If everything else go and you still have your 3 million, you're cool. Yeah, I mean, 600,000 is plenty to disappear, but it's better than saying that you keep the 9 and you end up with just 9,000. So the most significant figures start from this way, the value that has the most. So if you're dealing with significant figures, you start counting from this side. And once you reach a significant figure, you have to go. So like if I say 0.0020011 to 3 significant figures, I need to start counting from the left. This not significant, so that will count. When I reach the 2 is when I start counting. So this is significant. Then any number after the 2 must get counted. So the answer is like 0.0. That's the answer there. Why isn't it chat if you understand significant figures? So this, some people start counting from the first number they see. Like if you're in this case 0 point something, You have to start counting from the first actual number that has value. This 0 ain't really gaining no value. This 0 just indicating the position of the first number that has value. You know, this 0 not giving no value. It indicating the first. These zeros adding value to the number because they were locked between two other digits. And like if you have 300 to 3000, these zeros have value, right? So we get the answer for that. I think we don't really need to talk much about that. I mean, if you're struggling real plenty with significant figures, you're in a bad place, right? You need to go and revise by itself. The number 1.15071 written correct to 3 decimal places. Let me get the answer for 2. Princess J says B. Denisha says B. It's me, Harper says B. So what do you feel this is? Let me get some answers for number 2. Esther Beard says C. Like if she said something from before that I missed. Esther means see nothing to say from before, you know, so easy me up now. Pop out the chat so you can get to see the full chat. Boom. Alright, so B for this one, the number 1.15 written to correct the 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places, Daryl, what is he seeing where I see your name in the chat there? 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places, right? So with the decimal places, similar to significant figures, but you only start counting, you always start counting from the first decimal place, right? So yes, the answer is B, because the number that came after was, for all of these approximation things, the number that come after rules on the number, that the last number that you stopped on. So like if it was 7, you're going to give the number a little boost because it was closer to 1.151 than it's to 1.150. And the rule is once it's 5 and over, you get a boost. So this is like revision for people. Nairan, what's up? Yeah, bless. 10 written in scientific notation. Alright, so this is the first tricky one here. This one might have some differences in answer. 10 written in scientific notation is what? You get some answers there. So y'all be sure to share the stream. Be sure to post the stream on your social. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Somebody share it in the student hub. Let me get some people on this live session here. Boy, and Nelly and make it, you know. I still let me take a quick nap before I start. Boy, that nap nearly take me out, yes. I was real tired, and my body was like, forget these chair, forget these chair and dog, let me sleep. 10 written in scientific notation is, oh, Josiah, what's the word? So for D, for 3 people saying D mostly, we can't see, and some people can't see. Alright, I know it had the Zoom squad, it have the squad that is be like, so we just be conducting it with glasses and things, as some will see. Alright, so we make it bigger. That is okay. So most people saying D. So scientific notation, let's make a little note about that too. Alright, where David notes page here, scientific notation. So for scientific notation, what do we want to notate? This is not the one where you're doing no counting from decimal places or nothing like that. This is the one where like you have a number 312. You need to express this number as the product of 2 numbers. And the answer would be like 3.12 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. And the idea behind it is that you find the decimal point wherever it resides, wherever it lies in, and bring it right behind the first number. Because you want this number, the first number in the product, you want that number to be good. You want that number to be a number between 1 and 9, 1 and 10, not including 10. It could include 1, right? So you want it to be a number. So this is 3 and a little change, so that works. And then you're going to multiply it by power of 10 to just make it back to the original number. So like you move the decimal points 2 times to the left, multiplied by 10 to the power 2. Or in other words, you're making is a big number, is a number bigger than 10, you'll have to be moving the decimal. You'd have to be using a positive decimal. Like if you had 0.000312, and you change this, yeah, the admat's coming soon. Now, if you're still seeing fuzziness, that's a you problem and not a me problem. As you are warning, anytime the connection not good, and it's an excellent connection. So yeah, so this to insignificant figures is 3.12 times what? Now it's the same 3.12 from before. You're still moving the decimal point right. Kevin Songs, where's the word? Yeah, right here. Always there to make it a number between 1 and 10, including 1, not including 10. But this time you move to the right. So how much times did you move? 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 to the power of negative 4. Why is in the chat if you understand this? So people get the notification, everybody get the notification, close off the live chat, press like, and come back in. So let's check this question. Yeah, 10 to the power of negative 4, well done. So this is just 10. This is like a trick question then. 10 written in scientific notation. Well, the number can't be 10 because it can't be 10. It has to be a number between 1 and 10, not including 10. So you have to bring this point. It's still going to have to bring this point back like this. Boop, 1. And since you bring the point back 1, is multiply 10 to the power 1. So the answer is indeed D. Why is in the chat for D? Let's keep moving. Let's keep it rolling. Next part. Number 4, 5, and 6 could fit in one way. Yeah. It'll be a little fuzzy. I'll zoom in. Boom. Number 4. Let's get the answer for number 4. Which of the following is not a form of approximation for the number 245.89? Excuse me. Which of the following is not a form of approximation for the number? So which one there is not an approximation? Seeing somebody saying C, somebody saying A, somebody saying B, getting different answers here, boy. Somebody saying C. Now, I heard the news about Jamaica since last night. Student Hub, I've seen everybody talking about the Jamaica news, but I just wanted to focus on this for today. That Jamaica news is interesting though. So Jamaica seems like they're back in the exam, but their date looking different. So if their date different, everybody date rather be that 27. Something got happen. So most people saying C, which is correct. But we had some B's and D's and things, and A's too. That shot was A. Which of the following is not a form of approximation? All of these things are approximation. Right into one decimal place. I just said this actually. Significant figures. You're approximating to a certain number of figures. Rounding off, if anybody said D, you will X. Because rounding off a number is approximating. Yes. Come on, man. That's primary school, man. Rounding off a number is just approximating, right? You round off, you approximate. So the only thing that's not approximating here is if you write something in scientific notation. Now there's teach scientific notation and all these other topics on the same day. Most teachers, including me, do that. But it's hot up students' head sometimes because they think like scientific notation is like a kind of approximating thing too. But scientific notation is just writing a number in a next style. That's all. The same number. Unless they say to approximate it in that new style. But by itself, scientific notation is just writing a number in a different way. Like just now when we use this 312. We just write it like this. We didn't approximate. We just write it in a different way. Right? So, next question. Next. question. Now all these questions are heavily based on what I know CXC normally brings, based on what students tell me, them kind of thing, and what I predict they could do if they decide to change up the multiple choice. So you want to bait down yourself in these live videos that are doing every day, right? Play it in your sleep or something. Like just lull it to sleep. Where a few people say somebody say I feel them. Don't worry, don't worry. All of us have our moments. Alright, so I didn't get enough information there. I just get kind of freeze up there. And it's running good now. Normal latency is on, so I don't know. Some people saying B. 0.6 to the nearest whole number is B. That's just straight up. There's like a rounding off. 0.6 to the nearest whole number is B. Alright, 0.6 is closer to 1 than it is to 0. So it's not 0. It's just B. Nobody had any problems with that. Thank the Lord. But the rule still applies, right? You're rounding to the nearest whole number. Nearest whole number means you're looking at this spot here. And you just watch what comes after. What came after was a 6, so it means that it's 1.0. 1.0. And next thing you can ask is probably like 312 to the nearest 100. We're really using this 312 by. So if you round into the nearest 100, these two out of the picture, so it's just 300. But you still need to take a look at this number that came right before the hundreds column. This number here, but it's 1. It's not greater than 5. It's not 5 and over. So it's not 5 and over. So it's 300 is the nearest 100. So practice these things. You're going to get a taste of some form of approximation, some form of scientific notation in the exam. What we're doing today is like the first 10 questions. Why am I freezing? What's really going on these days, boy? Since I update YouTube, since I update my thing, I get a little buffering every now and then. Is it a flow problem? Let's get the next question. Boom. Do that question there. Almost everything is B. Alright, there's a sign. Let me see what's going to happen here. Yeah, lag. Flow fighting me down. What could help this? Alright, I'll put the answer here. I'm gonna just go and see what's going on outside. See if anybody. I know how to change this password. Them neighbors and things could be running. Uncle Springs, you are freezing. Alright, Donnie. Put the answer. I'm going to just fix the internet. See if I could. Right. 210 people. Whoa. We in some big numbers today. C disappear. A, one A, another A. Let me see if the A's win the battle. Well, the W here represents whole numbers. And we'll just spend a couple minutes on this. This represents, because we need to know this. It's going to be tested. for sure you'll get something, and it's natural numbers, right? And you need to know what whole numbers, natural numbers, the whole rundown. So let's just do that fast. W, whole numbers, that comes second. Natural numbers is the first one. Natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, the integer. Then 1x, real, not really yet. Rational. And then like the irrational, we use this symbol for irrational. Or you could use I. I'll leave out anything. And then real numbers, right? Now the irrational number, he's special, so he could go over there. Let me make him go over here. So this n is natural numbers, and I put it in. Yeah, with them slippers coming. I put it in layman terms. I break it down thing for you. Real simple, memorizable, easy thing to just remember for exam. So this is natural, and natural numbers is like when you're small, when they start to teach you to count, they never tell you to start from 0, partner. They tell you to start from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 going up the road. That is natural numbers. So natural numbers is from 1 going up the road. So now I'm paying 2 so you catch the vibe, right? 1, 2 going up the road. How we write it? We write it like this. The set of 1, 2, 3 going up the road like that, right? That makes sense? The setup. And this is whole numbers. Whole numbers, well, we just add in 0. Because we realize 0 is a very important number in the dance out, yeah? You need to be able to express the number 0. And then integers, well, integers, you have the positive and the negative integers, right? So this is integers. And because integers include the negative numbers, which we're so fond of, you'll have like ... -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, ... Boom. So that's the integers there. So going backwards, so like a going backwards forever and a going forward forever. But all of these are solid numbers. All of these are solid numbers. But what about fractions, which are what we call rational numbers? Rational numbers are in the form P over Q, where P and Q belong to the set of integers. So it means we include fractions and decimals, so like 2/3, 1/6, 0.75, anything, and it can be recurrent to a rational number. Like 1/3 is a recurring number, 0.333333333, 0.666666666. 2/3 is a recurring number. So, and finally, we have real numbers. Well, not finally, I left out somebody over here. This is the irrational boy. Anybody know somebody who's just irrational? Nobody here know you, so you can just write the name. If you know somebody who just irrational, behaves irrational, you can let it out. You can write the name. If it's me, you can write me too. I mean, not me, I'm not irrational. If it's you, you can write your name. Anyhow, so real numbers are the combination of irrational and rational. But I didn't really talk much about irrational. Irrational, for CSEC maths, you don't really need to know too much about it. You just should know some examples like pi, square root of 2, square root of 7, square root of 3. All those numbers, irrational. You can't e to the power 1, Euler's number. All of these are irrational numbers. We can never totally determine what the number is going to turn out to be. We can go up to a certain number of decimal places, but we can't. A man called Julio, Tina, mud segment, moles of chemistry. This is an interesting question. Somebody calling politician's name here. You know, this is not a political channel. Anyhow, somebody say Gary. The CSEC is irrational. Facts. Alright. So if we have the set of whole numbers intersecting the set of natural numbers, the answer is not A as we tempted to think, right? We know in our mind that whole numbers, the extra thing is 0, right? The extra thing is 0 for whole numbers. Natural numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going up. Whole numbers start on 0. But if we want the intersection, this is intersection, right? This is a little bit of sets involved here. You get tested on this. This is a question that can come. So if you want the intersection, you want where are they common. So 0 is not common in both of them. In fact, what's common, 1 is common, but not only 1, so we can't use that. 0 is not common, so it's these numbers are common. 1, 2, 3, 4 going up the road, those are common. So the answer is actually D. Why isn't it chat for D? No, a lot of people said C just now. This was a question a good bit of people get wrong, so I could put this question on the Instagram question of the day. I could put this one. So far this looking like the hardest question so far. But the answer was D, right? Now look out. Now if they say if they indicated that they want a number that is a whole number but not a natural number, it's 0. But if they indicate they want the intersection of both of them, it's this. It's all the other numbers except 0. In other words, what's common between these two? What's common is this and this, not you. Alright, so let's do the next question. I tell you, we have a good bit of questions to go. We gotta go at a good pace, and I want to teach during whilst doing them, but all come now. A lot of this will be revision for a good bit of people who do the crash course with me. This should be revision for you, supposed to be getting all correct if you're revising. Which of the following are numbers? Which of the following numbers below are irrational numbers? Let me fix that typo one time. Answer number 7 for me. How much questions we doing today? About 40 something. Going to be to 50 questions. Normally we just do 5 questions, so we don't pass the quota. Which of the following numbers below are irrational? Which of the following are irrational numbers? As a matter of fact, this whole thing here could go. Which of the following are irrational numbers? But I mean, this is a maths class, it's not an English class. Which of the following? Somebody saying B, everybody singing B, right? Let's see if I've seen some familiar names out here. Makila, that look like a different Makila. Yeah, real wise. A good battalion on today, but they're doing a job. The new people who not on so frequently, make sure and X off the live chat and press like so that more notifications will go out. So the answer is indeed B. Now, this is irrational, 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 this is not irrational. This is a mistake that some people do. This too, like people see 1/3 and see 0.333. That's not irrational. Fractions are not irrational. And we know what happening. It's just going to be 6 forever and ever and ever. We know what happening it is. It's just going to be 3 forever and ever and ever and ever. So we don't fight up with this. This is not irrational, it's rational. We can express it as a fraction. We cannot express pi as a fraction, except like if you do this pi over 1, I guess. But that's not really a fraction in the pure sense of the word. Alright, let's do number 8. I just want that random piece of questions, pictures all over this iPad because of this. What is an irrational number? Oh, you're coming late. You're coming late, bro. You gotta watch back there. Yeah, so alright, you need a little more. Alright, I need a little more. So irrational. How you spell this? 2 R's. Irrational. Irrational numbers, we can't like figure them out. Some people think pi is 22/7. No, that's not pi. That's an approximation of pi. Pi is a number that represents the ratio of the diameter of the circle to the circumference of the circle, and there's no completing that number. It just goes on and on and on and on. It wants that random number. So we know 3.14, and it just going on and on. It wants that different random numbers there, right? We cannot get to the end of this because we don't know. There's no rational explanation. There's no pattern. There's no logic behind the numbers that are coming out here. Right? Everything we have is approximated with pi. Same thing with e. Same thing like with the square root of 7. That's what I mean irrational. The rational numbers are like fractions, things that we understand fully, that we could express the number fully, or the simple definition is express it as a quotient of two integers. Numbers that can be expressed as a quotient, meaning as a fraction. Divide one solid number over next. So the next number in the sequence is what? People saying B36. Let me see. 1, 8. Now we're going to do a bunch of these questions. You will get one for your exam. So I try to do all the different sequences that I know CXC like to toy with. So you'll be prepared now. Earlier, I've done this for 4 exams already. Yeah, on the internet. And those 4 set of children mash up. Always the 5th. Take my word for it and just save this video and make sure you're revising it before the exams, right? 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. So we're looking for the pattern here. Alright, let me see. Alright. See a pattern. Let's see the pattern. You're adding 7. So you're looking for the add pattern. That's like the first pattern you check for. Let me see if it's an add. 7, 7 and 8 is 15. 7, 7. So you just throw down a 7 and there 36. So that's the easiest pattern. You're just going up with even common difference between the numbers. That's the thing I was looking for, the mathematical thing. Not seeing the scenes. Or the next one. Right, so B, right? Somehow you're living in the past. You know what it's called living in the past? When your stream have a really big delay. So you need to refresh. Alright? So alright, let me just show you how big your delay is. I'm gonna type something in the chat, right? Time check. I just typed that in the chat. Now see when that popped up for you and you'll be able to negotiate the delay. The next term in the sequence, 3, 8, 15, 35, 48 is, so let's get our next answer here. Right, so Charles, we're going to look at all the different styles. So the first style you want to check for is like if it added. So if you don't get this, because this is not adding, and this one not adding, so what we're going to check for? But let me see if people are going to get the answer. Let me just get this backbacks. I'm going to with backbacks. That's whole little suspension in there. Whole little suspension in. I mean, you could still view the stream here, but you're under lockdown right now. People write the time, yes. I just wanted to write the time check there to see what's going on. 9A. We're not getting much answers for 9. People struggling with 9. Some people saying A though. A. A, right all over the place. Alright, so the next term in the sequence 3, 8, 15. What happening here? So sometimes what's going on is that you have a sequence in a sequence, like sequenception. Like you notice you're adding 7 here. Sometimes this is what getting added. Okay, what I mean? So you check the difference. You see, what the hell you see here? By 5. Check the difference. 7. Check it again. Oh no, that's it not working out that way. 5, 7, 10. So that maybe we'll come across one like that. So if that didn't work, I'll show you what to do if we come across one like that, because I think I did one like that. The next thing you need to do is check out for like squares, check out for exponents. So there's a little kind of square exponent vibe going on here. You always need to know these numbers in the back of your mind because they pop up a lot. Now I think I see one question like this pop with CXC similar to this. One question like this, if I my memory holding correct. What you notice happening here? Immediately when you see this, you see the pattern now. These are the square numbers, and it's squaring up, but yet it one less. So all you need to do is figure out what the next square number is. The next square number is 63. So those who got this out, wow, power to you. You get it out, some of you get it out really fast too. 63, because the next square number is 64, and this number here is going to be 63. E is the answer. A lot of you all got this out. Let me see what the first one. I think it was Raviera. Well done. Well done, King. Scotland too was in the no. Alright, sorry, I don't know. Alright, so that's the answer there. Next question. Some more sequences. So this is to prepare for any kind of sequence question that pops for the exam. Now, sometime before the exam, we'll go through all these questions. What I'll do is compile all the questions into one workbook, and that'll be real work. I will sell that at a small price. You'll just use that to help the channel boost or something, right? So probably 100. What that's sounding good. That's sounding reasonable. 100 TT for all these questions that we do compiled in, and probably if I could get that done for like June the 1st, and you can just get all the questions and just keep practicing them over and over, all the different styles of questions. Yeah. So like a plan. Those who in my class, I'll get a discount. 50. The next term in the sequence, that was the next term there. Right, so somebody says E. This is an easy one. Somebody says E, somebody says D. How about a like for a book? The like is for the free classes. The like is not for the book. Do for the rest of the subjects too. Remember, all of these questions are original questions based on my pretty high experience with maths. My experience pretty high with add maths and pure maths, but anything else not that much. Physics pretty good too. So I wouldn't be able to like pull out or write. This is take a lot of work to write out all of these questions. So we get a lot of D now. We started off with some A, and now we're getting a lot of D. Tyrese, blessings. Where we reach about an hour in the stream. We reach an hour yet. But anyhow, shout out wherever country you're from, your school, ting, pow. So D is indeed the answer, because this is 3 to the power of 1. This is 3 to the power of 2, so this is the next style I need to look out for. It's similar to this one that we just do here, because this one has squares, but this one is number to a power, a base to a power, exponents, right? 3 to the power. All of these are in your syllabus, and all of these are tested at some point in time. 3 cube, and you know sequences the thing now. Somebody in the CSEC examination committee just loves sequences right now. So one of these is going to come. Remember, there's some crazy sequence that come last year. And the next one is 3 to the power of 4. And if you don't know what that is, it's 3 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 3. So that's how powers work. Right? So this is 9 times 9, which is 81. So that is how your power works. For those of you who are frightened with what's going on there, 5 to the power of 0 is 1. 5 to the power of 1 is 5. 5 squared is like, I'm just using another example, right? 25. 5 cubed is like 125. 5 to the power of 4, I think that is 6 or 625. So like that. And what really happening there, this is 5 times, well, this is just 1. This means 1 times 5 to the power of 0, right? So this is just like 1. It starts off with 1, and then it's like 1 times 5. Then this is like, so this is like 5 here. You can ignore the 1 now, and this is like 5 by 5, because you have 5 squared, 2 of them. And this is like 5 times 5 times 5, and this is like 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So this is how these things work. It means multiply the number by itself to the amount you have in the power there. So we have Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana. Somebody say maths is foolishness. Maths is the language of the universe. So it said I have been placed on timeout. Yes, you will. You will. Welcome back. Jamaica, Antigua, Trinidad, Venezuela. I don't believe so. Well, I am going through the different type of sequence styles. So what you need to do is be making your notes on the side. I'm sure some people all over here making the notes. So like, let us say this type of sequence. Okay, the addition. So talk about if you're just adding. Then there's this one where you have like the square numbers. Maybe next time they might put 5, 9, 17. So they're adding 1 to the square number. 10. So you need to play around with that in your mind. You write down different style, Charles. Charles, make the notes. I can't make your notes for you, Charles. The next term then there's this one. What about 11? Let me get some answers for 11. Saint Martin, Dominica. That tag boss video was real fun, boy. When I see all the different countries that people send their videos from. Answer for number 11. Is that a C from Aquila for number 11? Anybody tried 11? Somebody say 11 is C. 11 is C, Ellen. Yes. So the next term in the sequence, 2, 7, 14, 23, 24. So really happening here. I think this is the one where you're adding separate. So you check the addition. This is 5, 7, 9. You see what's going on here? This is the most common one. I think this is the most common one that CXC brings. Who was asking the question just now? Charles or something. This is the most common one that CXC brings, where you have this addition going up the road like that. So the next addition here will have to be, what, 13? I hope I've answered for that. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. C. C. So C is indeed the answer. Alright, so why isn't the chat if you're feeling a little better where the sequence thing is concerned? These are the types of sequences you need to look out for multiple choice. I still have two more. Still have two more that they can bring. You can actually bring it ad maths like this. As I said, somebody in CXC is not me. Somebody in CXC in love with sequences at the moment. So look at this one that can come here. Look at these two. Look at these two here. These two examples. Let's get answers for 12 and 13. Somebody say, oh good lord. So yeah, these are tougher. These are tougher. Is that C an answer? Donovan says C. Renisha says B. Renisha, that's my partner Renisha. Alves says B. Ariel says C. So we get a battle between the C and the B. Alright, I'm gonna head out. So we're not getting a rain of answers like before. We're getting tentative battles between the B and the C. I'm sure my brain feels useless right now. Christian, bring it in. Bring it home, Christian. The nth term in the sequence. So what's happening here? 1, 8, 27, 64. Why about 27 there? Alright. So this is how these things work, right? You're doing something to the number n, you're doing something to n to get it today. And the number you're starting off with is like 1, the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term. So what we could do to 1 to make it -1, and also to 2 to make it 8, and 3 to make it 27, and 4 to make it 64. Is that 64 correct? I hope I do the correct thing here. Well done, Josiah. Josiah is explaining here. Josiah is Alexander. That is performance. All I know is D, 125. So some people saying D now. So some people picking out the answer, right? But D is actually wrong. I'll tell you one time. D is wrong. So Josiah is right. You're cubing up these numbers. And you're supposed to see that. So you're supposed to see like 1 cube is 1, because 1 by 1 by 1, and it don't matter with 1. This is the one we need to take. 2 times 2 times 2 will give me 8. So this is like 2 cubed. And this is 3 cubed. So these are things you're supposed to know. This is like the first item on your syllabus. The first item on the syllabus. Let me see if I remember my memory will be correct. Correct here. Alright, I wrong. The second item on your syllabus, the second specific objective. Compute powers of real numbers, the form x to the power of a, where a is a member of rational numbers, including squares, square roots, cube roots. This is something that you need to know out here. Serious things. Just now I need to bring back up the chat. Right? So, and this one is 4 cubed. So 4 by 4 is 16, by 4 is 64, so that's correct. So the next one has to be 5 cubed, so that's where people getting 125 from. But they never asked you for no 125, they asked you for the nth term. The nth term, they didn't ask you for the 5th term. They asked you for the nth term. The nth term, you just need to keep cubing this soldier. But there's a negative, so you can't say him. You gotta go with this one. It's not squared. So you see how we boil it down to C? See, you see how we get this C? Alright, so this must be the toughest one that we do. I can't put this one on Instagram. This one just a little too hard and abstract. This is not really a trick. It's pretty more tricky ones that people just think that they get correct by the wrong on Instagram. So learn this. What happens to a number when you cube it? Like what we're going to get? 1, 8, 27, 64. Get a vibe. The nth term in this sequence, let's get the answer for number 13. Somebody saying A for 13, C for 13, B, C, A. Yes, Adrian. Adrian. A for number 13, n minus 2. So the nth term here, we are doing something. When they say nth term, it means you're starting off with these numbers, right? And you're doing something to the number n. So what's happening to the 1 here? What's happening to the 2 here? What's happening to 3? To 4 to make this. Now this question, the best thing to do is watch your answers. When it's looking like this, watch your answers. Even with this, take a little peek at the answers too. Right? So watching the answers and see which one will look. 1 take away 2 is -1. That's correct. 2 take away 2 is 0. So this one can't work. You understand what I'm doing? I want to write this big and bold on the next page. Substitution is a hack. Anytime they give you a lot of questions in multiple choice can be hacked by using substitution, by substituting the answer back into the question to see if it works. So the first term, when I'm substituting here, the first term, this works, but the second term sends me to 0, and that's not correct. So let's see. The first term in this one, 2n, this will also not work. You could verify it. A, brother, nah, backbacks. It's not A. No, it's not -1 minus 2. It's not negative. A is not correct. Somebody is saying D now. So we're holding down D now. Let's try C first. It's just not making sense to me. Just looking like it'll be too big. Alright, -2, -2. This would even work for the first one. -2 minus 2 is -4. So the only one that making sense is D. And let's verify this. When I substitute the first term, right? When I put n is 1, what is going to happen? 1 take away 2 by 1 is -1. When I substitute n as 2, what's going to happen? 1 take away 2 by 2 is 4. 1 take away 4 is -3. And then 1 take away 6 is -5. And 1 take away 8 is -7. So the answer is indeed D. So these two are the hardest two questions that we do for the day. But I want you all to saturate in these questions. Chances of these two coming, very rare. Chances of this one, you see this soldier here? They love that soldier. In some form or fashion, this could very likely come. I would say like 95% chance. Or it will be one of the first one. But there is the little fraction of a chance that they could bring in some nth term. So I want to make sure you warm up to that and you understand the concept of what you would use. Math students are supposed to be able to see this faster and just do this almost mentally. Alright, let's go forward. Substitution is a hack. I might have to come back to that same slide a few times because it really is. It really does the work. Alright, so you're going into percentages and fractions now. The good stuff, the fun stuff. Some of this turned people off from maths from since primary school. When they started, everybody had a moment where they get turned off from maths. People who don't like maths or who weaken maths, everybody had their moment that really was like, oh God, I'm fed up. For some people it's like fractions. For some people it was actually timetables. For some people it was negative numbers. For some people it was when they started to see fraction letters in maths. For some people it's graphs. When they started to see graphs, that's enough with maths. That's enough. That's enough. Some people algebra. Trina got 80% in a French exam. What fraction of the exam did she get wrong? Let's get some answers for this. So Nancy says D. Andrea says D. Yeah, Guevara, I would advise just touching up on your AP and GP for maths. Because that's what they swung on us a year or two ago. So everybody's saying D. And D is correct. One person says B. You see that question with N in your SEA practice books? When you see that you're supposed to whip out across and some garlic and onion. Nah, you can't see that. You can't. You need to send me a proof that you see this a question like this in SEA. No way, no how. The wicked to the S. All you're too wicked if they bring in that kind of question for SEA students. So the answer is indeed D. 80% she got out, so it means she got 20% wrong. And it means 20 over 100. But everybody know 20 over 100 is 1/5. Right? 2 over 10, 1/5. Easy thing. Make sure you can do them easy thing. No loss, no max, and then easy thing. Let's get some more. So you must get a question with fractions, percentages, and decimals. You must get 1 or 2 questions, and that must. So you need to be able to go between the two of them or understand word questions. I'm feeling real hungry, boy. Where's this? All of a sudden, so boy, we gotta take our break sometime. Yes, I had to eat. I think I'm out of stocks right now. Wait up. Feeling real hungry there, boy. Just so. Let me get an answer for number 15. I'm making number 15 big. Convert 0.45 to a fraction in its simplest forms. To be honest, I just guessing. So when you're writing the answer, write the number now 15 because sometimes some people write in answers for all questions and things. So I want to make sure that you're on the question that we on. That we are on. My neighbor's curling again. Every day, boy. The street I live in, boy. 15 is D. Alright, so yes, that's correct because you have 45 over 100. So like to express this as a fraction, this is 45. Well, this is the tenths and this is the hundredth. So this is 45 over 100. Get rid of that. So 45 over 100. 9, right? 9, no, 5. 5 into this is 9 and 5 into this is 20. That's what you can do. So, bam. So now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Let's do number 16 now. 3 boys bought a pizza, not a pizza, a pizza, with 12 slices. Alright, I'll give me the answers to this. Now, occasionally, like back in the days, they used to do a good bit of questions like this, where they're manipulating fractions and this one take this piece and that piece. And where's the end? Like, because some people, this is hot on their head now. When they see statement and reading and fraction here, go on, so go on day. So they used to like to do this, but they don't do it much again. But they can still drop a question with a similar vibe from this question on you. So they do one fix it all now, the wall never fix, but well, they're supposed to pay money. But I never gangster them for the money. It wasn't too bad. She come for her girl. Yeah, she did come for her girl though. Well, she didn't come. I think it's her boyfriend was giving her a test drive. So she do have her license. So big man letting she drive and she couldn't drive. She turned the corner and she was going to hit a car and he yanked the steering away from the car and kissed my wall. Bang! during the crash course of maths. So that was real crazy. The whole week was a crazy week. So I've seen B and C. A lot of C's. C's raining, all the B. 3 boys bought a pizza with 12 slices. The first ate 4 slices. Is this 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not 12. That was a fail. So 1, maybe I had to do it like this. So is this 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then split each one. Hey, only a real one interested in going and seeing the argument and again heated. I think it's 2 sisters currently. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why are you doing all of this for? Let me see why I'm doing this for. First one, don't go and do this in your exam. I'm trying to do it mental. First one eat 4, and the second one eat a quarter of the remaining. Hey, they did trick here. A quarter of the remaining. So after this one eat 4 slices. Big man eat 4 slices. How much slice it have? 8. A quarter of 8 is he just eat 2 more. 2 more slices. Back. A quarter of 8 is 2. Right? 1 quarter of 8, 4 into 8, 2. Remember, of is like multiply. So 1 by 2, 2. 2 slices. So second one really eat 2 slices, but I write it a quarter of the remaining. Not a quarter of the first, a quarter of the remaining. So the answer is C. Yeah, so the C is win the battle. So CXC normally really repeats. Easy. This is SEA. Yeah, some of the questions can feel really easy. Like if you're really good in maths, some people finish their CXC multiple choice in like 5 minutes and them kind of thing. You just skimming it through. And CXC loves to repeat questions and questioning themes, which is why if I really release this book on June the 1st with what I think like it's like a prediction book now. Like my original questions to help you practice, you will succeed in life. You will succeed in life. What number added to 2 and 2/3 gives 3? Answers. Let me get some answers in the chat. If anybody gets it wrong, you can just log out and go and sleep right now. If you get this wrong. Alright. Let me get some answers. Wrong answers only. The answer is obviously A, right? Obviously A. So 2 and 2/3 plus 1/3. But these kind of questions with fractions and remaining fractions and things comes to CXC. Like once every 2 years. If my memory holds correct. So it's like 3, right? So the answer is a 2. I wanted to do paper 3 as well today. Like after I do this, do paper 3. But then I'm thinking I don't like to confuse titles. Like if I do paper 3, I might stop the live and come back with a paper 3. I'm doing that with my private class right now. I did some last week and I'm supposed to finish that as well. What number is added? So yeah. This is a genuine question. Yeah, these kind of questions really come. So some people know these kind of questions similar to that come. Everything I ask you here have the potential of showing up on your exam. And not just the potential, the high potential. Only the argument, I fell in the argument now. So I know what's going on here. If you don't know how to do it, let the number be x from an equation. Yeah, but that's like an overkill. Whoa, that's like an overkill. You could just add that in your mind, right? But obviously, yes, it can be like 2/3, 2 and 2/3 plus x equal 3, and then x will be equal to 3 minus 2 and 2/3. But if you're really going through all of that for this, as I say, you need to revise, right? No, you're not getting calculator, so you have to be able to. So people saying B or A. Is it A or B? Which one y'all want? Oh, somebody says C. Akila says C now. Getania says B. B, 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 B. We have a B squad going on. JJ says B. Ren, B. Alright, so the B holding it down. So let's see if B is indeed the correct answer. 80% of the marks in the SB. So you notice how they do it? They always change in between percentages, values, decimals, fractions, that kind of thing. They always run the toy between the two and see if you know how to dance. So you need to know how to make a little dance too, right? So Benjamin got 80% of the marks in the SBA. If his SBA is out of 20, so they basically ask him to find 80% of 20. How many marks did he score, right? Not how many he lost or anything. Make sure you read your whole question. So 8 out of 10, 10 into that 2, 2 by 8 is 16. So the answer is B. Now you see a good contingent of people got it wrong, right? A good battalion earlier say C, one or two say A and thing. So make sure you know how to find percentages. Make sure you know how to dance between percentages, fractions, decimals, that kind of thing. Alright, we're still going on. We have 3 more questions with this percentages thing that can come. I hear anything pelting like somebody pelting stone on the roof and thing. Yeah, this place yes. What percentage of 60 is 12? Dab. What percentage of 60 is 12? If you know these just little simple questions, like stump some people in maths. Like, you throw these questions. I know because I teach students who are really good in maths and students who are struggling and fighting up and trying to make it out here. And like sometimes a little simple question, I just get like, oh, what percentage of 60 is 12? What the hell are they saying here? Right? What percentage of 60 is 12? But the answer is E. And I see most people saying A, 19A for admats. And it's 12 over 60 multiplied by 100. Now you can just do 12 over 60 and immediately realize that is 5. Well, 1/5, because 12 5s are 60. So your multiplication tables, quick maths. You're not using a calculator. So 1/5 as a percentage, 20%. Move on to the next question. %30 of 90 is what? 20 is, somebody say 20 is something, but they deleted it. 20 is A. 30% of 90 is it another A? Because we are like 3 A's, Sometimes it's be a little suspicious to A. Are your questions going okay? And you shade then you get A. You shade you get A. You shade you get A. You're watching that for a question like if you use A something is not right, I can sense it. Right? A. And then you're watching the pattern to see if it's looking like it's scattered enough. 30% of 90 is indeed A. It is 27. So 30%, 30 over 100 multiply by 90, bash. 3 9s are 27. Of, you could always replace of in mathematics with multiply. Ooh, like a correlating in the road now, all you I'm missing out a nice piece of sit down by your window and watch outside for all you, boy. Let's see. 21. I don't watch TV and thing, and I just watch out my window. And that is enough entertainment for me. Sometimes it's too much, and sometimes you have to close your window and just pretend you're near nothing. The exact value of 7.2 squared. This is a tough question. No, it's an easy question, but it can be a tough question. Where's my Gmail? What? I don't give out my Gmail and things so much again. So you can just message me on Insta or write on one of my photos in the comments and I'll just respond. Because like my Instagram messages backlog. And I feel tired to just go through because some people are just if you're messaging somebody on Instagram, right, for the first time, do not write hey. You know what hays I have? So no, I go through all eventually and just click down to 0 and then it's build back up 100, 200, But it's take real time. And like if I'm doing something, I don't want to say, I don't want to respond to hey, hey, right? If ask you a question, one time, get to the point, man. 7.2, so 21A, 21B. So we have a competition between the A and the B. 21 between the A and the B. Now, nobody asking you to go and figure out this. Because when you get these kind of questions, stop. Look at the answers. I feel I need to be written in. Stop. Look. Have two O's at the answer. These kind of questions, nobody's asking you to do the maths behind these questions. They're actually testing a different skill. Believe it or not, they are testing a different skill. They are testing the skill of knowing how to move the decimal point when you're dividing by multiples of 10. 10, not multiples of 10, powers of 10. So, all you need to do is look at the answer and realize all of them is the same thing. So, all you need to do is figure out how far to move the decimal point. 7 by 7 is 49. So, this is something like 51 and change. So, it's 51.84, right? You get that from the answers. You understand? We're not doing no stamp maths out here. Nobody going and sit down here and write 7.2 multiply by 7.2. 7 2s are 14, 7 1s is 50. No, we know. No, don't do that. So what she answers 51.84, and now you need to just figure out how much to move the point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, right? 4 zeros. But which direction? If you're dividing, you need to make it smaller. So it will be pelting down this road. So let's see. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 0 left. If it there, put the point there, back. So the answer is E. Why is in the chat if you understand that? Oh, you try to type the N question in the chat somewhere. Oh, Bex is trying to send me the question. Or you could send me that question, man. If you're any student, have post any student have any maths and tag me. If you're any there's equal number of likes and equal number of viewers. You'll love to see it. If you're on Instagram, you can message me there. I don't really open Facebook. Alright, so let me just keep going. We now reach about halfway. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. So let's get the answer for 22 and 23. Oh gosh, I got sticking like them people correlate and sticking at my glide. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. And that's my other partners, them if they get a little issues these days. This is like the first time again, these are issues. Normally just cut off, like after 2 hours it's cut off. It happened to me in the crash course, but like I've never get this buffering thing. At least not on my end. The exact value. What blame doing never? Oh, he do the whole thing. Exact. Remember, you don't have your calculator here, so you need to have a nice way to figure it out. Explain 21 again. Here's how I did 21 very quickly. 7 by 7 is 49. I didn't bother with that point 2. I know 49, so the original number on top there is 49. Well, 50, and I see in here that is 51.84. So the original number there on top there is 51.84 divided by 10,000. Hey, 10,000, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the point 4 places to the left because it's getting smaller, you're dividing, and that's the answer, A. Now the exact value of this, once again, stop and look at the answers. The answers are all the same. I mean, the digits, the key digits are all the same, right? Same significant figures. So you don't need to work it out. You just need to figure out which point. And this is like half. Half of this is like 1. So the answer is okay. You see how easy it was to figure it out? To figure out, I didn't even need to. This wasn't even a figure out the point question. This wasn't even a figure out the point question. This was I realized that 0.5 is half. So half of 3 is 1.5. And okay. That's the only answer that showing some respect. That's the only answer that's showing some respect on the question. Yeah, so it has to be A. What's the answer for 23? 20. All you hear any Indian music in the background. So them start quarreling. So this neighbor say, I don't want to listen to all that quarrel. So they pop up some of the biggest tunes. C for number 23. 2.2 times, oh, so this is a next little tricky one that, by the way, all these types of questions come. So this is the next kind of question that come, and students struggle with it, like what technique? The technique is that, what is the technique? The technique is the distributive law, and we did a couple of these some days ago. The distributive law, so you see that you have, remember the distributive law says like A into, well, x plus y is ax plus ay, where the a is on both of them and you're multiplying, right? So you see now that number is repeating here. This number is repeating here and multiplying by the two of them. So it means that this is really 3.5 multiply, because you notice you stop and you watch the answers, but the answer is different. You actually need to work out this soldier. This soldier need to work out. So this is 3.5 bracket, or parenthesis, or parenthesis, or whatever. We say brackets down here, right? Brackets. Brackets 2.2 plus 2.8, 3.5 by 5. Alright. 3 5s are 15 plus a little more. So this is not, there's like 4 5s. So that out. This under 15. So the answer is C. And that's how you do it. You're not going and work out yet. Well, you can work out this. You can multiply 5 by 3.5. That easy. But generally speaking, you're trying to not work out arithmetic. Unless it's specifically asking an arithmetic question, there's always a shorter way to do it. There's always a some kind of technique they're testing you on here. Alright, so alright, so I need you all to make sure and press like on the video if you're new here. And share. So take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram, let everybody know we're doing some. Okay, I know nothing on the screen right now. Maybe not a good idea to screenshot right now. Let me get something on the screen. Let everybody know we're doing some studying here. It's easier to study with 245 people together on a stream. You know, it's a little more fun, it's a little more friendly than just sitting down and fighting up with your book. And you're also working with the Sultan of the West Indies, Cohen Springer. In terms of maths, to help you to understand the maths, right? So 20.3 divided by 0.01, let's get the answer for that. Answers for 24, answers for 25. Remember, when you're putting your answers, don't just write C, write 24C or 25 or whatever, so I can know which question you're addressing, because some people stuck in the past and this YouTube thing keep buffering, so I don't know what really going on here. Yeah, now is a good time to screenshot. A for this one. All these heaters, yeah, boy. A 20.3 divided by 0.01. This one is a little tricky, because you're dividing by, you're moving the decimal point 2, right? But you're dividing by a smaller number, so you're supposed to get a bigger number. So the answer is back to 8, really. There are plenty A's out here, but I love you. So the answer is A. Because the point had to move twice, 1, 2. But even though you're dividing by a fraction. So this is the way I will just do quickly mentally, like that sits. That sticks with me mentally quickly, right? But mathematically, this is 100. So this is 20.3 divided by 1 over 100. So this is 20.3 multiplied by 100. Because you know when you divide and you multiply, you flip back that. This will flip when you change the multiply. So it's like you're multiplying by 100 in wait now. Hi sisters, where that from? What channel that from? That one mosquito just flying around here. 0.15 as a fraction. We get the answer for 25. 0.15 as a fraction in its lowest term. 25C, well done. 15 over 100. What could go in here by 5? 5 into that is 3. 5 into that is 20. So that's the answer right there. C. We cooking with Ramco gas. Let's get some more questions. And if we could finally come out of these percentages and fractions thing, well, yeah, but that was kind of boring. Now we're going to something more exciting. But we basically do all these styles of questions that could come for fraction, percentages, decimal, them kind of thing. Now here are some questions. They'll ask you things with prime number, composite number, test your knowledge on those topics. Like if you know what a prime number is, a composite number, them kind of thing. You need to keep turning off the Wi-Fi. Grace, what are you doing all day? Imagine you're studying maths and you're leaning up on the wall with your tab outside. Sponsored by Ratco Gas. Them don't give me a cent, brother. But I just like the scene. What is the largest prime number less than 100? 27B. Alright, so this is an easy question, but you can fight up with this question. By the way, what is a prime number? A number that can only be divided by 1 in itself. Prime numbers have to get rarer, and rarer. Pronunciation, boy. It starts to get more distance as they go higher, so it's hard to spot prime numbers. Like, but my instinct will say B, but you can verify. This divisible by 3. This divisible by 3. So it's just this one, which is suspect. Now there's a way to check and see if it can divide by 7. How is checking to see if something can divide by 7? You multiply this by 2, the last number by 2. Some of you all might hear this for the first time. I think you multiply this by 2 and you subtract it from the remaining numbers. So this is 2, 9 take away 2 is 7, and if 7 could divide, so this could divide by 7. 7 could go into this. 7 into that is, I don't know what it is, 13. 7 times I, 4, add the next 7, 13. 13. 7 into that is 13. So this is the prime number here. Prime number is 97. Right? Prime number only one and itself, we're going to 28. Let's see if we had any answers to 28. I know some people, the patience does run out. 28 is B, says Nancy, from way back. Anybody else? I guess some answers for 28. 28, which of the following is true about an unknown number 2x, where x is a whole number. So x is a whole number, so this is 2 times some whole number. It could never be an odd number because you put 2. So it means that that number is divisible. The unknown number is 2x, and the unknown number is not x. It's true about an unknown number 2x, where x is right. So, because we know what x is. So it is not an odd number because there are 2. Which of the following is true? A, right? It is a composite number. Composite number is because it is not a prime number because it's divisible by 2. So composite number are the opposite of prime numbers, where you can divide by other numbers. It can mean a negative number, no, because whole numbers are not negative. So A is the answer. Why is in the chat if you understand that? Right, let's get a next one. Next 2. Next 2 questions coming in here. Hot. Boom. Streaming 18 minutes ago. Right. Now, man, we still have a good battalion here, 222. Normally, marathon sessions start to drop off, you know. People will be like, alright, that's enough maths. Still have a good battalion. If 3n plus 2 is an odd number, which of the following is an even number? Also, the question is that. These kind of questions come. I think they normally say if 3n is an odd number or something like that. If 5n is an odd number. So you need to understand the concept behind these questions. I'll explain it. If 3n is an odd number, alright, this is an odd number. It's not multiplying by 2, you're adding on 2 to it, right? 3 by something, which of the following is an even number. This wouldn't be even because you take off the 2. So like, for example, if the number was like 5 plus 2, 7. So if I remove the 2, I'll go from an odd back to odd. You need to find something that is shifting it up by 1 or shifting it down by 1. And the answer is C. Well done everybody who said C. This will send it up by a next 2. Because remember, a next 2 will send it to the next odd number. Because this is 3n plus 2. If they have 3n plus 4, if it was 7, it will go to 2 more. And it will go to 9. Skipping out 8. But if I say 3n plus 3, and it was odd, an odd number plus an odd number is always an even number. So, C is the answer. Why is in the chat if you understand that? May I use the bathroom? Free up, but we're not waiting. 3n squared, well, an odd number squared will always be odd. That's something you can know. An odd number squared will always be odd. So these are out. It's how I circle everything. So somebody who just come in don't know what the answer is. Out, out, out. This is the answer. Right? So these questions do come, and they do come regularly, like once every 2 years. Maybe a little more. So what you're trying to look for is something that was, like if you're going from odd to even or even to odd, you want to shift up by 1, not by 2. If you shift up by 2, you'll remain even if you was even. If you shift up by 2, you'll remain odd if you was odd. You need to shift up by an odd number to go into the next type of number, right? Jenny and Shania shared $12. Alright, so we enter ratios. Jenny and Shania shared $12 between themselves in the ratio 6 to 4. How much money did Jenny get? Somebody saying 30 is C, another C. Somebody saying 30 is B. B. Oh, we have some B's up here, man. Version and all these early birds saying B. B. 30B. Jenny and Shania. Alright. What? Jenny and Shania. Total number of parts is 10. So it means one part is 10 over 12 divided by 10. And how much money who get? Jenny. Jenny is the first part, so that is multiplied by 6. 12 6 are 72 divided by 10, B. So it's a mental question. But you need to understand what we're doing with ratios, right? Jenny and Shania, so that's 6 to 4. And it's always written in the same way the names are written. So that's Jenny, that's Shania. And it's 12 whole, so you need to find the total number of parts. Find for 1, right? This is the rule that lessons people know are custom saying find for 1. So 12 divided by 10. 12 divided by 10. Now you don't need to go and figure out what 12 divided by 10 is. You can just multiply it now by the part you're trying to find, 6. And then you can just see your answer one time. One time. They never said respectively though. It don't matter. Convention, mathematical convention, you're saying ratios, it's written in the same order. Respectively is understood. Ooh, there comes that hunger again. What's the time there earlier? It's 6:42. 6:42, that correct? What's the time where those in Jamaica will be seeing what? 5:42 right now? Anybody from Jamaica? I know we have to see some Jamaicans in the dance. Anybody still locked down in Jamaica, right? Oh, another ratio. So in ratio questions now. That is what we do now, Che. In the ratio questions. Koshia. You say you love when these come. Okay, I hope you love this question too. This one a little more. This one a little more wild. Denise, break. Break. I tell you, we have a break at 7. Now, we don't have no break. We're going straight up. It's 40 something questions. We're going straight up. Hard luck. Going straight up. 6:42 in Barbados. Oh yeah, Barbados. Oh, ahead. Is that true? 5:41 in Jamaica. Let me get some answers for this now. And you just tell me the time right now, and I'm looking out for some answers. I don't like ratios. So the idea with ratios is to find it generally, to find the total number of parts, and then do a little dance. Do a little dance with it, right? Alright. So the goal is usually to find for one part. And when the question come like this, to reach that goal, is add up the number of parts to get the total. This time, they're telling us the boy with the most get 56. That is this soldier here, the biggest part. So 8 parts. Sometimes you use the word parts, like in the paper 2. If it was being paper 2 right now, I'd be telling on it to write parts. Oh my gosh. No fried ham. No. I'd user from channel. And I cannot see what he's saying about. It was very atrocious. 56. 8 parts represent $56. So 1 part would be equal to 56 over 8, which is like $7. So now, what's the difference in money between given to the boy with the most and the boy with the least? The boy with the most got 8, the boy with the least got 3. So the difference in number of parts there is 5. 5 by 7. We have an answer for this. Oops. What is the difference between in money? Whoops. There's no answer for this question. because it's supposed to be 5 by 7. Let me just verify. Sum of money shared among 3 boys, ratio 3, 7, 8. The boy with the most got 56. Difference, no answer. Well done. The answer is 35. Why didn't my answer for this, boy? This is my fault. So the answer should be 35. One of these, which one will I make? Let me make. I'm going to fix this. Let's go make C35. Why isn't the chat if you understand how we do it though? Number 31. Alright, so and I get it. So I made C35. Next question. I'll forget the answer for that question, man. Very suspect. Probably somebody was texting me and distracting me or something. Next question. Ren, look here, you're in a question here, boy. Ren and Sarah shared 360, so that Ren got 240. The ratio used in sharing the money, Sarah to Ren, is, this class better than my school class. One or two people say no. We have some ends. Alright, so let me just go back and just touch on these ratios just to make sure people understand what happened in the ratios here. The correct answer is 35, by the way, right? But you're always finding how much is one part. So if 8 parts is $56, how much is one part? 8 parts equal 56. One part would be equal to 56 divided by 8 is $7. When you find for one part, you have the whole solution there. So like if one part is $7, 3 parts will be 21. 8 parts will be what do you have? 56. So 56 minus 21 is 35. Oh, you know, just add the 21 and thing, but I just forget. Anyhow, I just forget to write the answer in. So our next thing you could have faster method would be 8 take away 3 is 5. 5 times 7, 35. So answer for 32. 32. So was obviously making sure we were paying attention. This man know his stuff. Obviously, that was just to make sure you're paying. Which Ren? Nah, this is Ren. This is Ren who goes by Ren. Sorry, see, now I got the notification. Earlier, every single day, 5 o'clock. Every single day. So you don't need to get a notification. Just come and refresh my channel around 5 o'clock. People starting to do that now because even before I go live, I just see 16 people just waiting on the live video, even before I press go live. So the writing is blurred. Alright, so that is either a you problem. That's a you problem. I get an excellent connection right now. Refresh the stream. Was it not 18 parts? Yes, it's 18 parts in all, but this money is not representing all. This money is representing the 8. So that's the key. In this one, the money here is representing all. So that's why I add it up and then divide. But in this one, you know, this 8 parts really mean 56. So you're not going to put 18 here. Good question. The screen is... No, the screen thing. 32C. So Ren and Sarah shared this amount, so that Ren got that amount. The ratio used in sharing, so all you need to do is find out how much they get and just boil it down like a fraction. So this is 240 to 120. 240 to 120. Oh, my bad. This is Sarah to Ren, so I need to put Ren second. So 120, you notice where I get the 120 from, that's the remainder, right? Bap, bap. No answer here again. So I just refresh at nothing. So I'm not seeing the question clearly. Why are you not seeing the question clearly? I seem like people seeing the question clearly. I think I know answer for this one again, you know. What's really going on here, boy? 240, 120, 120. Yeah, this is a 1 to 2. 1 to 3, 1 to 6. What's supposed to be the answer here, boy? 1 to 2. Only there is two no answers. Yeah, I really want to see if they're paying attention really badly here, boy. They say when teachers make a mistake, the students learn more. So that's a fact, because when a teacher make a mistake, students remember it more. Anyhow, forget all of that. It's supposed to be 1 to 2. The reason I get that is because Ren have 240 and Sarah will have 120 to make up the total now. So this is how to find the ratio. You've seen it clearly now? Right. Oh, look at have 3 to 6 here. Oh, how about 3 to 6? But they normally don't have it in the, so I should put 1 to 2. I should change that to 1 to 2. So I'll put this 1 to 3 and change this. Alright, so yeah, if you say D was the best answer there. Thank you. 1 to 2. So 1 to 2. Alright. So that's a little confusing for some people, so I want to just say it over. Nah, the whole ratio used to be a problem for anybody. So 240 is how much Ren got. So you put on her money there, and you get how much that Sarah has. Now they sharing up 360, so Sarah will get the remainder. 360 take away 240. 360 take away 240, right? To do that in your mind, 360 take away 240 is 120. And now all you need to do is boil this down to 12 to 24. And this is 1 to 2. 1 to 2. What is the value? Let's get 33. What's the value of? So we out of ratios. Those are like the how much ways I show you? 3 ways in which ratios come. What is the value of 8 to the power of 0? Common style of question that comes, meaning they're always testing to see if you know these kind of exponents. Why somebody say no to the answer is? So this is 1. We did this already. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Let's get the next question. I don't need to stick too much on that. So we'll take the 3 of them one time. Oh no, you all wouldn't be able to see, so we'll kind of zoom in. Argument stop. Music still going on. I don't think I can hear it though. Music kind of going on. What is the value of 8 to the power of 1? Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying it could have been this. So like this would have been the correct answer. Nothing wrong with having this. Like 3 to 6. That's good. But generally ratios are simplified. CSEC gives you their ratios in a simplified form most of the times. All the times I've ever seen. So this is A. Oh, this is not A. Why people saying A though? Why people saying we get all kind of different answers for this? This could actually be a question I put on Instagram too. But anyhow, you can figure this out using the internet. So 8 to the power of 1 is 8. Any number to the power of 1 is itself. Ren is first, so it's 2 to 1. No. They actually specified Sarah to Ren. So it's 1 to 2. So yeah, 8. Any other questions? Keep asking your questions, and I like when students come up with the questions and things. 34, 35. Let's get the answer to 35. So how come you're still live though? Yeah, it's a long session today. You can see the title, Marathon. We're definitely going over 2 hours. I probably was aiming at 9, but I'll think I'm finishing before 9. If my voice coming back, because my voice kind of gone, as I kind of talking. So if my voice come back, I'll come back and do the paper 3. But we have plenty of time till the exam. I just kind of winding up the scene from now because time flying. What is the value? So 27 for 35. Number 35B, 35C. Getting different answers for 35. So you like Trinidad? I love Trinidad. What is the value of 27? I'll always do all kind of stupidness in this country. So 27 to the power of 1 over 3 is the cube root of 27. And we already identified that the cube root of 27 is 3. Multiply that by itself 3 times, and you will indeed get back 27. So the answer is B. 35B. We get all kind of answers for 35Y. If I ever going to do an 8-hour session again, I don't know. It depends on if you get real tired and not teaching for 8 hours, and it's not as easy as it looks. Why people saying C? Yeah, B. So if this comes to the exam, you know, now they have a habit of asking you like things like 25. This is like square root. You know, this fraction indicates like square root. This one is cube root. So it's a little different. So that's why I need to check to see which number multiply by itself 3 times. How many more questions do you have left? About 10. Let's get the next question. This is the hardest one of all with these style of questions that come. When it comes like this, and this is the most repeated one, the one that I'm bringing up now, 36. Most repeated. Yeah, so 3/5 squared. Somebody say repeat this. Okay, let's talk about this. So if you have a number like 8, it means the cube root. This number here tells you the root. Math students need to know this really good because they need to go into logs and surds and them kind of thing. Math students just need to understand that this will mean cube root. Or like if you have 16 to the power of a half, this means find the square root of 16. Cube root is different than square root. Cube root means what number multiplied by this itself 3 times would give you the answer. So that's 2 by 2 by 2. So the answer is 2. This one is what number multiplied by itself just 1 time. 1, right? So 4 by 4. 2 instances. 4 by 4 is 16. That's it. Answer for 36. This is the one. This style of question comes all the time. I think the number is B. Can't remember. I think last year it was 2/3 or something. 2 over 3 is the number. 2 over 3 squared. That's what people say. 4 over 9. But it is let's do our question. So 3 over 5 squared is, you just need to square each one of them individually. That's the answer. That's the end. So it's D. So you square 3 and you square 5. So the square of 3 is 9 and the square of 5 is 25. Maths video is coming. It's coming. This bed getting real out of hand, boy. Oh gosh, I'm tired. 37, 38. Let's get 37 and 38 down. 37 and 38. So we might finish in the next half an hour max. So we're getting an earlier finish than I thought. So I will change the title to mini marathon session. 2.5 hours is not a marathon session, a mini marathon. 4 hours is like the marathon. That's like the crash course sessions that we had. Woo! That must be. If x squared is equal to 5, then x is equal to what? So what's the answer for 37? Yeah, boy, deal, boy. Easy yourself now, buddy. One answer. The only thing you can spam is Y's in the chat when I'm ready for the Y's in the chat. What I was going to do, just parallel space by that, between that then and that x. If x squared is equal to 5, then x is equal to... And people are saying 37b, a lot of b's. So if x squared is equal to 5, none of these answers are correct. If x squared is equal to 5, then x is equal to... None of these answers are correct. There's supposed to be a square root symbol here. It didn't come out. Really going on here by 3 questions. Well, actually 2. Or was this a question I just leave? Alright, so if x squared is equal to 5, this multiply by itself, don't give you 5. This multiply by itself, don't give you 5. And this is 5 squared. This is going further on. X squared is already 5. So x is equal to the square root of 5. And that's all we get right. Square root of 5, right? So, alright, let's get the answer for 38. The square root of 200 lies... Let's get the answer for 38. The square root of 200 lies between what? But today is Tuesday. Maybe we could do a next long session. Maybe Thursday. We do a short class tomorrow again, just a smallie. And maybe Thursday we could be back. Yes, this live will be available when we are finished. And as I said, I'm contemplating to just group up all my questions that I've gathered, that I've created by myself, CSEC Spy, and just make a quick web book or ebook or something. That would really help students, especially right before the exam, to study with that. If I could finish that by June 1st, and you already use that just beat out that whole book before the exam, the night before the exam, to practice. I'll make it available on my website, probably 100 TT. I think that's the price we agree on, right? 100 TT. What's a good price, Ali? 100, 200, 300? What's a good price to sell a book with all the CSEC themed kind of questions for the CSEC syllabus that's going to come in maths, that would really prepare students for maths? The square root of 200 lies between what? 14 squared is 196. 15 squared is 225. So is this one. 3 marks. 38A. Some people answering questions from way back. So when is the next live? Every day. Every day. Some people say 150 is a good price. 100, 150. 150 sounds like a good price. Alright. You say 164 people in the class, mates. So, definitely people from my maths class who have been with me for the whole year, you know. I'll never get the discount. Don't worry on yourself. Alright, so we nearly finished computation and numeration. This is like the first part of your syllabus. This is like the first 10 questions doing your multiple choice. What I did here is the themes of questions. I have a few more questions to add to these. Maybe about 10 to 20 more questions to add to these. What I think can come, what has been repeating, what I've been hearing all the time. 2,000 for the book. 100 flat, 150, 150, 100, 2,000. Ebook. We'll see. What is the value in 1 of the 1 in this? What is the value of the 1 in this? This is a question that people is notoriously get wrong a lot of times. A lot of times. Like maybe more than half the people in the CXC population will get this wrong. This question, I don't know why. The answer is C, right? Not B. That's some 1 or 2 people per day. The answer is C. This is the tenths. This is the hundredths. This is the ones. This is the tens. What has happened is that people is think like this is the ones and this is the tens, and plenty real people is for B. The answer is C, right? And for 40, the HCF. Anybody answer 40? Ariel, not sticking, boy. Anybody else answer 40? 40, Joshua says B. The highest common factor. Fact, HCF and LCM. You need to understand the difference between HCF and LCM. HCF means factor of the numbers. Like, alright, not really, I use any way to explain. Factor. So like if you have 12, factors of 12 are 1, 2, 4, 3, 6, and 12. Right? Factors can go into the number. Multiples are formed by multiplying the number by integers, right? So like multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right? So factors, you're looking at the factors, numbers that can go into this, and you want the highest common one. The highest common one is not 1, it is 12. 24 can go into 36. So it's just 12. 12 could go into all of them, right? Not 72, because 72 can go into 36 or 24. Next question. So the answer is B. Here's an example of a question that this type of question comes all the time. Students always talk about this type of question, the CXC. So I'm always preparing my students for this type of question. Always. This is using the distributive law. Give me the answer to this question. Number 41. What's the answer for number 41? So what happened yesterday? Nothing happened yesterday. I have a video yesterday. You know what happened yesterday? I do the video, right? And then when I came back and I do a pure maths study session, a private pure maths study session in my pure maths class, and I accidentally turned the video from before on unlisted. So everybody who wanted to see that video couldn't see it. And people was complaining on Instagram, and that's when I realized that I turned it unlisted in the morning. So if you go and look for it now, you'll see it. But we did have a live session yesterday. It was a short session. The most asked question in sets, and it was such an important video too. So people saying A for 41. Yes. The ideas I use, we did a little bit of this just now in the start. 49 and 49 distributing across 17 and 3. So this is really 49, 17 plus 3. 49 open brackets, 17 plus 3 close brackets, distributing. So this is 49 by 20. Which is A. Just know this question for me, please. Just know this question. Every exam I hear students talk about this question. Every single exam that ever was and ever has been, I hear students talk about this kind of distribution where they have a sum here and then you have the same number here. So write it down. Write that down. 42. Yes, let's get the answer. Let's get the questions. We're coming into a close here. We're coming into the finish line. Now imagine if you do this and you practice, then you get the book that I do and like June the 1st, and you get that and you practice that. Then before the exam, we come and we do a long session where we go through all the questions in the book or something. Things safe. Things safe. And if you can do that for a few subjects, things very safe. What is the LCM of 6, 12, and 60? So LCM is multiple. You want the first number that all of them could go into. 6 could go into 6, but 12 cannot. 60 can go into 12. So first two out. 6 could go into 60, 12 could go into 60, 12 5. So all the forces have combined, all the power stones, you know, the meme where you have all the swords facing one thing in the center here, table. Right, so all of them related to that. The first three common multiples of 2, 3, and 4 are, oh yeah, this is our old school question. This is our old school question. I think in my days we used to get questions similar to this. So the first three common multiples of 2, 3, and 4 are what? 43. So you need something that all of them could go into. 3 can go into 8. 4 can go into 6. So 3 can go into 8, so this out. 4 can go into 6, so this out. This is too small, this is multiple. So just by eliminating it, you didn't really need to work out anything. You just eliminate the other nonsensical answers. And you get E. Next question. I think we're on the last two questions here, you know. Just like that. 45 questions done today. If you was from the start of the live, if you was here from the start of the live to the end, I can't even form proper sentences right now. If you was here from the start of the live to the end, why in the chat? Shout out to you, real brethrens. Let's get the answer for 44. This is a rare question. This is a unicorn. This is a unicorn of a question. Right? So this is a unicorn question. It comes very rarely, but when it comes, students has been a monkey pants. So you need to be able to do this question. What is this question look like it's something strange, but it's something simple hiding inside here. Let me shout out some names here, boy. Rosella, Maya, Gary, Rosella again, Tiana, Sophia, Debo, Gamers for Life, you always here, boy. Nisha, Sherry, Vershon, Renice, Tia, Selena, Jaden. Sorry, Jaden, I was reading fast. Jaren, Lexi. Love that unicorn. So yes, I know. I bring out my best work on these streams. I bring out my best work. I just come on because internet was giving trouble at Hila. Zebulon. Whoa! You have a big name there, why? Ronaldo. Where that name from the Bible? Zebulon. Which there's a tribe. Kajim, Dale. Ting. Let me get some answers. So when is the next chemistry live? Sometime from now, maybe about 2-3 weeks from now. Next up, I'll be doing, I don't know how to do next. Maybe physics, maybe ad maths, maybe pure maths. One or two of those. Ding. 44 A. We getting some A's for 44. Half a minute. Getting a little bit of answers. For 44. Let me tell you one time. 44, it seemed like this question, it seemed like a really big, hard question. It's a LCM question in disguise. And let me tell you the different styles of questions I've seen, right? I've seen questions with plane, with landing time, with cars passing, with traffic lights. All of them always telling you the same thing. It starts off at the same time, and then when is the next time it's going to happen together. When you see that happening, LCM for that soldier. Or soldieress. There are 3 blinking lights on the panel. The red light blinks every 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. So the blue is 3, the white is 5, and the red is 2. They all blink for the first time together. That is the key, right? So 2, 3, and 5. They're blinking together. And when is the next time that they're going to line up? You understand what? I don't know if anybody understands this diagram that I'm doing here. But when is the next time they're going to line up? You don't need to go through all kind of brain surgery and fancy way of figuring this out. Just do the LCM of the numbers that they give you. LCM of 2, 3, and 5 is 30. But they didn't even write 30 here, right? Half of a minute. So it's actually A. Right? So now you know, just in case this wild Pokemon appears. Last question and we out. And I could go and eat. What's the time they're closing up things these days, boy? 7:14. I tell my wife I need some food. What is the sum of 7 and 10 by 2? Ooh, a trick question. One person saying 45B, one person saying 45A, Melissa saying A, Ariel saying B, Pascal saying B, Ronaldo saying A, Trey saying A, Ren B, Analia saying B, Marlon B, Shane B, Cassidy 8. Cassidy, what are you doing me out here, boy? Oh, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. they're closing up. All right. Thanks. 45A, 45B, Alan A. So it's either A or B, one out of those. So what is the sum of 7 and 10 by 2? You see this by? This by is a most incredible by, you know. The by is stronger than the and. The by is multiply, the and is add. The by is stronger than the and. This might be the question for the grammar. This might be the grammars here. So it's between, which one are you think by? Because we had a strong, you see people being A and B and strong with their answers for that. And number 6, I remember it. Number 6 was the same kind of settings. What was number 6? This. So some people are saying A strong and some people are saying D. And a lot of people said C. Most people said C. I think this win it. But the answer for this is actually, remember the by is stronger than the and. So it's really 10 by 2 plus 7. So it's actually 7 plus 20. It's actually B. So all the people who are saying B, let me see who say I'm confident there. I'm confident. A, I'm confident. Hard luck by Jermaine, boy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the by is stronger than the and. And means add. By means multiply. So this is like a worded BODMAS question. Very rare as well, but can come. A worded question with BODMAS. Now I gave one, it's on the question on my Instagram to Kerwin Springer. I gave one about 2-3 days ago, or was it last week, Friday? And is a number x is multiplied by the sum or something like that. I forget the question. But that one, the by wasn't stronger than the and in that case. Because there was something that kind of closed the brackets on you. You say multiply the sum of a number x and this by that. So in that's the rare case that the by is not stronger than the and. Because it come like you close the brackets. Because like if I say multiply the sum of 7 and 10 by 2, it means that the 7 and 10 is being multiplied by 2. You understand how you could close the brackets in words there? Because the sum of 7 and 10 is being multiplied by 2. But that's not what happening if you just write what is the sum of 7 and 10 by 2. The sum of 7 and 10 by 2 is the sum of 7 and 10 by 2. 10 by 2 is 20. So 20 plus 7, 27B. So it's B okay then, yeah. Post this on the gram, this one, and if you about this one, say the CXC spy here and you're careful. Are we writing online? Oh gosh, answer this question a million times and let me answer it again. It depends on if your country school capable of doing the e-testing. If it's not, no. God bless. All you press like on the video. All you press like on the video. Those who just touched down. If you just touched down, we done. So I don't know what you're gonna do. You can scroll back and watch it over. Alright, 349 likes. Very nice. This is the most maths I do for this whole lockdown. Alright, well, you're coming back again. You may do a long session Thursday, or maybe you might do one next week Tuesday. No, next week Tuesday I had to do my private class. I had to do we had to finish up paper trees and one more thing. Circle theorem. We had to finish up circle theorems in the private class. So, but we're coming into exams. We'll have some more sessions like this, and by hopefully by about June the 1st, or in the first week of June, I'll have all the multiple choice questions that I think that you need to study for exams. And if I tell you that, I'm coming from a good place, it's coming from my heart and my mind. So if you'll get that webbook and we'll use that like as a study guide, you'll use that as a study guide. If I could partner with some teachers to get like the physics and stuff done too, that'd be really good for you all. Anyhow, so we out. Blessings, love and blessings. Share up the live. I will decide which one I post in on the gram. Anything else I need to say, boy? If you are in Form 4 and you're doing exams next year, sign up for the online class by messaging this number 868-790-8813. If you're doing Pure Maths Unit 1 or 2 next year, you'll message that number to Banner right now. The registration for Pure Maths coming up later. I'll probably start Pure Maths and Add Maths classes either in August or September. Outside. Blessings, Joshua. So you're coming back with the paper 3, boy, I doubt, but I'm feeling kind of. What is the topic next live? I'm not too sure what I'm doing next live yet. We're still in maths though. Don't forget physics. Yeah, commentary physics, Jamaica. Stephanie, thank you, sir. Blessings, yo. Jelani, thank you. Judah, stay safe. Alright, Talia. It was nice. Guyana out, Selena. Where the end of this stream is, like. Point me to the exit. Point me to the exit.